Radio and YouTube. It's Will from Will Development, and this is my 275th weekly update. Let me look at that real quick. I just looked and then forgot. Yeah, 275th weekly update. Now, I believe I mentioned last week how I was going to be jumping on my new program this week, and everything's gone to schedule. It's been a rough go to schedule, but I've managed to pull it off and actually get some pretty good stuff done. Monday, I actually went out to a theme park with my girlfriend and her family, and still did manage to go to the gym Monday night. Afterward, I got to the gym around 7. It was a bit of a mistake, but I'm still glad I went in, and ended up doing just a very moderate press session. I had a lot planned, and I ended up just not getting to everything. Just because by the time I got done with the warm-up and then my moving sets, I was just kind of like, man, I know I've got more in me than this, so it's, it was a rough one. So I elected to basically go back in Tuesday morning and do my press session, which I did. Ended up getting some pretty good work done. Went to a top set of 155 for 4, which I believe is a PR at that weight. If not, it's matching. I don't recall if I've ever done 155 for 5. I'd have to go back and look. I might have. Regardless, it's right where I wanted it to be, and so that's fine by me. And then I also went in Tuesday evening and did legs. Very moderate, very light on squats, and it has been a very good idea for me to do it that way. I did actually work up to a set of 6 at 225 with high bar, which is like, holy Christ, challenging for me because I just don't do high bar. But I figured and this may be like a no shit, kind of revelation for me, but I compete in strongman, and 9 times out of 10 there isn't even a squat event, and if there is one, it's a quarter squat or a half squat. And most of these squat-like events more closely mimic a front squat, a Zercher squat, or even a high bar squat. Not so much a low bar back squat, so I should probably be training those types of squats more often. And with that in mind, that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing more high bar squatting, front squatting, Zercher squatting, and even the safety squat bar, which is close to a front squat-esque device. So I was pretty happy about that. Absolutely no pain, which was great. In fact, my hip and back felt better when I was done. Day 3, which was Thursday, was pretty much back to normal schedule, even back at work and everything. Was a bench-like day, and much like with the squats, since there is no bench press with strongman, it's supposed to be an accessory, so I figured I might as well just start using different bars, different bench pressing movements as my main movement. Like a slight inclined bench instead of, essentially what I do is a very high incline bench normally. When I do incline bench, using different bars, like the football bar, multi-grip bar, or even an axle bar, or even benching with the log. I've seen some guys do that. Just really trying all these different things out, because why not? It's not going to hurt, and I'm still getting the movement down. And so I did the football bar and worked up to, there it is, 210 for a set of 8, which is not bad. I mean, 225 for 10 is like a standard of mine I like to keep. Basically, I never want to drop below that, and I feel like any day of the week I could drop in and do 225 for 10 on a normal bar. Obviously, because it's a football bar, it's a little bit different. The grip is a little bit different, and a little bit lower, it felt like, too, but the neutral grip on it definitely felt good on my shoulders, so I like that. And then today was deadlift, and again, strongman, a lot of different types of deadlifts, so I'm going to be sort of cycling through them between doing axle deadlifts and then partial deadlifts, because that's a thing too, partial axle deadlifts, and then at some point I'd like to have a car deadlift apparatus to play with too, but we'll play that one by ear. So I decided I wanted to do some axle deads tonight, and lo and behold, the owner of the gym actually sold the axle we had, and he has to make a new one. And I had 2 laying around, but the one I grabbed, I had actually used it when I was pouring some stones to hang weights off of. So it had like concrete on it that I didn't realize when I first grabbed it, and then when I got to the gym, I realized it, and it was like, holy hell. So I was doing sets of 10, and it actually, the axle almost felt easier than a normal barbell, which is strange, but it is what it is. Might have just been because I was using straps too. And I did this kind of an as many reps as possible set, which you'll see on my TWO video. And I did like 12 or 13, I think. I did 13 reps in a row with like 180 or something like that. What did I do? Let's see. 185, I did like 13 reps or something like that. And I honestly felt like I could have done 3 or 4 or even 5 more if, gun to my head. But it was just so painful every time it would drag up my legs and just cut my thighs and cut my shins. I was just like, fuck, I'm just, I'm like, that's enough, you know what I mean? And there were a few reps there where the form wasn't exactly what it should have been as well. So, keeping that in mind, I'm probably going to grind down that bar a little bit before I use it again. Where are we? That's about it. Honestly, I'm very happy with how training went this week. I'm very happy for the first week to go in as well as it did. And I'm looking forward to this programming style that I'm doing, where I'm definitely much more backed off, so to speak. And the numbers slowly are going to be ramping up. And very happy with my accessory choices. And everything's just looking like it's going to work out pretty well. I like it when a training program starts out well, because sometimes they start out like, ooh, okay, I need to rethink this. But this one so far, it's been like, no, I think everything was working out good. And I think the plan forward will be good. That being said, once events are announced for Miami's, what I'll be doing is using the events as my main movements a lot of times. So if he has a dumbbell as the overhead event, then dumbbells will be put in the routine as a main movement, and the barbell press will be accessorized, or used as an accessory, I should say. Same thing with deadlift, the specific variant that's decided, that's the one I'll start using as the main movement more often. Specificity is the name of the game, and specificity will always be the king of exercise, I guess modality, is that the word? If you're a power lifter and you're 10 weeks out from a meet, you should be using as close to comp equipment and movements as you possibly can, because that'll make you better at that specific thing, is what I'm trying to say. So with that in mind, Miami's in April. It's what, 12 weeks-ish, 3 months? 4 months. We'll play it by ear, and we'll see how everything goes, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to training, and I'm happy to have had a good training week, even though it started off pretty hectic. So remember, there's always ways to improve, ways to move forward, and always try to add a little variety. If you don't, then what's your excuse?